Yo, now look, listen to this video. Please listen to this video. This is Terrell, Hall of Fame, D-Line, tbkc. It is a multifaceted video, and what it is I get inundated with calls about puppies, but I also, I'm particular. I don't put everything out for sale. I'm going to tell you what's available, but I'm also excuse me, going to explain the breedings, and this is why it'll help some, and for some people who are trying to breed, it'll give you a little bit. I'm not out. Trust me, I could do one breeding and talk for half an hour and give you all the aspects, but I'll give you a little bit of what's the thought process. And I'll start off with the breeding that maybe I'm most excited about, or right there at the top, and that'll be Remus with this big blue. I guess they said she's a dark lilac I don't know. She's got a hell of a coat though. It is a champagne-ish blue, so I guess they consider that lilac. I don't know anything about these colors, and she's got like a pattern that somewhat marking. It's weird, but I could care less about color. She has a great pedigree, and the bitch is massive. And when I say massive, not necessarily tall. She's not that tall. She's maybe in the 16, 17-ish range, but she's huge, like just huge. I have a vet scale at home, of course, and she is a 100-pound female. I mean, just very massive, but beautiful temperament. Actually, I just had got her in not too long ago, and Mark actually found her, and I went on ahead and got the dog, and man, she's beautiful. She has bonded already. She's chilling on the couch with the kids. Excellent temperament. I love her temperament, but her body, literally, when I say this, she could rival anybody, and that's male or female on the yard as far as body. I mean, she has size for days, and it's not as big as, of course, as my Camelot girl, but she's loaded. My Camelot girl is like 130, but she's bigger, she's taller. But this bitch is loaded. She's more compact. She has that old edge head that I like. Head size, I haven't myotaped her, but she's an easily 24. Very big head, very just a great dog. And what that will do with Remus is, the thing with Remus is that you want to add more girth to his frame. He has incredible conformation, incredible muscle tone, and beautiful overall pedigree, being so closely bred. Denzel, his dad Ganman, who I also made, is I made him with Denzel. I bred him to a Pee-wee daughter, so y'all do some research on Pee-wee. Bad mother, shut your mouth. And it was Pee-wee bred to actually King Kamali's mother's sister. So they were litter-mate sisters, and that whole thing came together. So you see the blood is just immaculate. Took Ganman and bred him to a Denzel granddaughter. Man, it's incredible. Her pedigree is incredible. So what I'm trying to do there is with not Ganman, but with Remus being so tightly bred, Denzel, we want to break it up a little bit, but bring in the edge blood. This girl has like a plethora of edge blood that's just perfect. And honestly, anything off of Ganman, if you get a chance to get it, y'all see the muscle. What you expect out of this breeding is you expect a bigger version of Ganman, and not height wise, but more so adding more muscle to the frame, more neck, more girth. And this is already an 85 to 90 pound dog, but I think that we can make a 100-pound version of Ganman that would even, as people always try to say, oh man, maybe he could add some size. This is what we're going to do. We're going to add the size. We're going to add a volume to the dog, and you'll see, you'll get something that's totally different. I still say it would be more in that King Kamali aspect, but imagine, a dog that's built like Ganman with that kind of rip, and that's her. She's still very tight, not quite as ripped as Ganman is, but imagine 100, pound Ganman, or adding 10 to 15 pounds of muscle to that, and adding another inch or so on the head. It's a different type of dog. It's an incredible dog. I'm very excited on that particular breeding. The second pick male is available at this time, and the second pick female is available at this time. We're probably not going to go much past that, because it looks like we're going to take first and thirds, but we're going to allow the seconds to go out so that they can be shown. Now, second breeding that I will talk about, and this is why this is pretty cool if you listen, is my Chum Chum girl. You know, now this bitch is big, and she's big in a different way. I don't think her overall, now conformation is good, but symmetry is not quite the same because she's overdone in the rib cage. She has this giant rib cage and these giant shoulders. Her rear is nice, but I don't think the rear quite matches because her rib cage is literally bigger than Mandela's, and her shoulders are bigger than Mandela's. She has a 24. I think when I tried to, I did myo, but I taped it. It's over 24 inches. She wouldn't stay good for me. She's another one of those blue tries, so she's got the flashy color, but everything is really, really good on this dog, and I want to just. Her with Odell is something else because of his head, his bone, his size, but it's like she can supersize Odell and he can make it a little bit shorter. It's going to be mass, it's going to be that head, it's going to be that bone. She's old. If any of you know about Chum Chum, she's got some Remy behind her. She's got some Rockin' Ruby behind her. She's got another old edge pedigree, but you're taking that to Odell with the Mandela and all the other great dogs that he has in there, which is some more Remy and other stuff. I am telling you, I expect to see I don't know what I expect. It's just, and I'm being serious because what it is I expect to make another like Mandela sized dog, but maybe a Mandela sized dog that's a little bit tighter, but possibly has more of a, I would think more of a, I would say more of a, probably closer to a Denzel-ish look, which Mandela and Denzel looks together, look a lot alike. But both of these dogs are tighter. That's why I'm trying to figure out, like, who would I compare them to, because they're tighter. It's going to be amazing. I'm expecting 100-pound pockets, very, very easily so. And big bone. These are going to be bullies, but they should be show dogs. I'm very, very excited. Those two breedings are like neck and neck with what I wanted, because I wanted more size. Now we talk about the mini breed, not the mini breeding, the Waffle House girl. She exceeded expectations, because when she came here, she was younger, and she was a little bit super terrier. Like she was nice, but she was very like wide chest but no mass, and it seems like she was knowing that she was coming up on to be breeding, and she probably put on like 8 pounds and a little more size in the head. So now she's a lot more bullier than she was when she got here. Still incredibly athletic, nice bone, of course, with her being with the Waffle House blood, and you're taking that to the Mandela blood. I expect her to tighten things. I expect him to activate the Waffle House genetics behind there, which is, of course, some Denzel and some other dogs right there. Well, the bulliness will definitely be there because you're playing more genotype than phenotype with this breeding, and of course some phenotype with Mandela. But I expect a very, very clean bully. And if you ask me who, Mandela's son Master Lee would be a great comparison of what I expect out of this. A pocket that's very, very tight, has our look, has everything about it, but still has extreme athleticism and a lot of tightness. That is what I expect out of this dog. If you're talking about size, people always want to know what size, if I get a male, what size he'd be. I would expect that you would look more towards the 15-inch range, looking at 85 pounds, but tight, very muscular. Thick dogs, you know what I mean? Very, very thick dogs. The genetics say thick dogs, but I think you're gonna get a little more drive than some of my other dogs. Now, as we go, and I'm not gonna do every single one because I would be here all day, but I've already seen this breeding, so it helps. And that's Moana. Moana will be rebred to Odell. I want a female off of this. At this time I couldn't. A good friend of mine, Justice, he's got a female that I love off of this breeding. Another incredible female is going to my man over here in Louisiana, who also has the black male. I'm not gonna put all their business out. I'm not gonna put all their names out. I slipped once, okay. But there is incredible breeding pairings there. The female that you'll see me post up, the champagne female, which is some of y'all better jump on that bitch. Right now I just have so much going on. It'll be easier for me to keep dogs in a minute, because y'all find out, but I got some shit. Anyway, these dogs have such big bone, big heads, nice chest, good conformation, doubled up on Mandela. I like the thickness. Even with me not overfeeding them, they all were thick. Everything was there, very, very complete. 2 times Mandela breeding, good size. The mom is sort of like a fatty. She gets too big, but I sort of like that with Odell. It's a good balance and a double up on the Mandela genetics. Great pedigree matchups where you get a lot of different edge angles there. And why they complement each other so well is because you get a little bit of both worlds, where Odell is tighter, even though he is bully, where she, like I say, she can be a little bit of a fatty, but that's a compounding breeding for me, where I like to compound, because in the past when I've compounded like that, half brother, half sister, later on the results were better. I got more bone, I got more muscle, I got bigger necks, I got bigger heads. So I believe we struck gold on this one again, and we'll see how it goes. But there's several puppies in this litter, especially the male who went to my Ohio brother, that I am in love with. He looks like a better version of Odell already. So I wanted to repeat that because I need a female off of that. Now, it's another girl that looks just like her, and the funny part about her is that her mother is actually the female I told you about, the Chum Chum daughter. And that's why I'm so excited, because this bitch is massive but short. She stayed at 16 inches, but she also, like, easily, and she's not even fully mature, but she easily stays in the 90 pounds. Even with me feeding her the normal four cups of dog food, nothing extra, she's still over 90 pounds. Very big, very girthy. I mean, just size. You can hear this bitch run. You know, one of those type of bitches. That's why I'm excited about doubling up and going with Odell and compounding the Mandela genes. And the same theory as it was with Moana, but compounding size. And it's not that, like I say, it's not, y'all see Odell, it's not that he lacks anything bully, but you know, we live in a generation where people want super bullies, but I still want super healthy. This will do it. I expect Mandela. Pretty much. I expect Mandela with tighter skin. That's what I'm expecting. She has Mandela's body all day long. Not so much his head. She has the head size, but her muzzle is a little longer. Odell take care of that, and by compounding takes care of that. But she's a beautiful girl. Shoulders, everything is there. That breeding I expect Mandela because of the size. You're going to get some big pockets. You are going to get some very big pockets. And I'm trying to think, you guys, what is the other breeding that how could I forget? The breeding that made Tommy the repeat of the Mufasa girl, and this time she's ready. Last time I think it was a part of my screw up on that, but she's ready. It's Mufasa, man. It's one of the greatest dogs of all time. You get the size, you get the Excalibur, and we're going to go ahead and take that to the Mandela, which will give you, Tommy speaks for the results. I am so impressed with this dog right now. I have no problem saying this right now. Tommy, if he continues to mature the way he is, Tommy will end up being the best pocket that I've ever produced, period. And that does include his daddy. That includes Denzel. He will be, his lines, the conformation, the way everything flows with him, the tightness of the skin, the look that he has in his face, everything. Tommy will be the guy. I have no problem saying that. Right now, for my kennel, it's a generational moment, because I believe that Odell will eventually make a huge mark in himself. And it's been a while since I've had 2 of them that closely in age that are coming on, and it's probably going to be 4 or 5, because I got something else that I'll tell you about later. But you've all, you know, like I said, I got the boy Jim Brown, who's super heavy, Denzel, athletic, and he's coming on strong. This is the first time I went this route with the studs, but it speaks for itself. Mufasa daughter Her mother was 2 times lock and load, 2 lock and load offspring, which is, by the way, Bistro's father, which is, by the way, Bistro is Mandela's father. Mandela, you know, going to that where you get the Denzel, you get the Bistro, you get the Mufasa, you get the 3 of the best dogs in the history of the breed, period, right there. Boom, boom, up front. You make a dog like Tommy. We're going to make litters of dogs like Tommy and his sister and all these different things. And it's going to be what it be. Incredible breeding. Just that simple. The phenotype is very much there. The mother is a big body girl, big body, but she's not as tight as Mufasa. But one thing she is a little bit elongated than I like. I would like a more compact back. That's why I seen it with Tommy. It worked. Mandela throws compact backs. It is what it is. If you want a dog like Tommy, this is probably a breeding for you to get in on. Things are slipping my mind. I've went over a lot of breedings, but I've also went over the way I think. And in closing, I will say this, guys. This is something that you think about. You better get with me right now. All of these have some availability there. The ones I don't speak on don't have availability. They're already sold out. We sell dogs all over the world. They will be gone. And once the approvals are there, they'll be gone. So it is what it is. But like I told you, on the Waffle House girl, that's a rarity right there, that the first pick male is available, because I know for a fact that I'm only keeping a female from that one, you know, for reasons that I have 9 million males. But I will tell you this, anytime you do your breeding, and I wanted to go through that, like I told you, I really need about a half hour on each one to start breaking down the grandparents and different things like that. But have a breeding plan every time you're doing a breeding. Have it make sense. Have it be why I wouldn't do this breeding with this dog, or that breeding with that dog, or why I don't like these 2 dogs together, and this is why I'm doing this one. I expect this to pull from these couple generations back. And, you know, you have to have an understanding and an expectation of what you're producing, not just saying it's fire. Understanding that, you know, if you have a bunch of big dogs behind the dog, you have to come with a little bit of shorter dog. This is one of the reasons why in the Chum Chum girl, where she does throw big dogs, she throws big dogs over and over again. But with Odell being a little bit shorter, still having the, you know, the big dog genes there, but he's got a shorter dog phenotype, leaning more towards the Denzel that's behind him. I believe that they, you know, it'll shrink them down, and I've already seen what it does with Mandela. But I think if we can make that more compact, it's going to be serious. You're talking about little bear cubs running around with the big bone, and I've seen what he did with his sister. And like I told you, I can talk about this forever. But anytime you're doing the breeding, take both things into consideration. Take the phenotype into consideration. Take the genotype into consideration. Understand that both of them are going to be critical in what you're going to produce. You're not going to produce just off of genes. You're not going to produce just off of phenotype. Phenotype is a projection of the genotype. And if you follow it closely enough, you'll get the desired traits. Sometimes you'll get not your exactly desired traits, but you'll know that you've already started to program it. So even if you have a female and say you thought she was going to have bigger bone, you thought she was going to have more girth, and it didn't happen, okay, that's fine. You know it's in there genetically. So if you double down on that and you do it with a dog that has that exact same thing that you're looking for, the genetics are there, and it's a higher probability that you're going to get what you want. Like I said, we could talk about this forever. I'm just telling y'all, and a lot of you guys hit me up about different breedings, about this, about that. I'm really trying to get back going again. The Waffle House girl was already done this morning. Oh, that's who we forgot about, Rada. Big Rada was bred already. That's a size thing. She's from Illinois, you know, the old school Illinois blood, not that new stuff. And she's a big body girl. She's already produced 100-pound males. She's actually young. That was her first litter. But you know, she's got a big head, tons of size, very girthy, moves well. She's got pretty much the whole package. We're waiting on her. It's only one spot that's going to be available on that breeding. I really am peeking over the fence at a male from that. I'm keeping a female, but I might also keep a male on that, so we'll see how that goes. But any of these breedings, y'all will see me posting the pictures up. You need to get with me today, tomorrow, and Sunday, because y'all know how things go around here. But I look forward to talking to y'all on Monday, man. It's time to answer some questions. It's time to do some things. I appreciate all y'all love throughout all of these circumstances that seem to keep on hitting this family. And y'all have a great weekend. God bless all y'all. Much love. Peace. This thing don't never want to cut off.